Hey everybody, welcome back, and it is time for deer prep part 2. So, as you guys know from part 1, I've been having trouble with my trail camera. It's been on its last legs for a couple years now. That thing is really, really old. Even though back in its day it was state of the art, by today's standards, it really stinks. It doesn't take photos at night anymore. The infrared flash on it doesn't work anymore, so even though it'll actually take the photos, you just can't see anything on it. But as it happened this morning, I got up, I checked the newspaper, and there was a sale flyer in there. One of the local stores actually has trail cameras on sale, so guess what? I got one. This is the Wild Game Innovations Cloak 8. I don't remember there being a Cloak 7, so it's probably the Cloak 8 because it has an 8 megapixel camera on it, as well as a 8 gigabyte SD card that comes with it. Now this is supposed to take video as well, and it's supposed to film in 480p, which is great because that's what I'm filming with right now. So it should be significantly better than the video that our other trail camera takes. The flash has a range of up to 60 feet. It has 24 high-intensity IR LEDs right there. The sensor goes out to 60 feet with passive infrared. And let's see, the image format, that's something that I didn't know on the other one. It takes JPEG for the digital still shots and AVI digital video. So, it comes with all the batteries and the SD card, so I gotta open this up and I'm gonna try to find a good spot to put this out. Now, all the apples that we put out last time, which was yesterday, they're all gone. So, our deer came up here probably last night and ate them all. I'm 99% sure that it's a buck that's been coming in here. He's acting like a buck. He's pretty much nocturnal. And judging by the size of the tracks, I'd say he's a buck. I just want to see how big of a buck he is. So I'm going to try to set this camera up over our peanut butter feeder because we still got peanut butter up there. And if I try really hard, I might be able to find a spot where I get both the peanut butter feeder and the pit where we've been putting all the apples and deer cane and everything at, all in the same shot. But let's see how it goes. Stay tuned. I think I got everything set up on here correctly now. This is what the camera looks like outside of the packaging. As you see, it's got these 4 slots on the side here to hook these bungee cords to so that you can attach the camera to a tree. It looks pretty sharp if you're wondering what the controls look like. You open that up. Those are all the buttons that you got. It takes 8 AA batteries. And I think this is all good to go now, so I'm going to try to find a spot to hook this up at. Alright, so our peanut butter feeder is right here. Our pit where we put everything out at is right over there. So I think if I use this tree right here, I should be able to see both areas. Now, it's going to be really close to view the peanut butter feeder, but we should be able to see the deer coming to the feeder and possibly walking back to the pit over there. So I'm going to find a good handy spot on this tree and set this up. Hey, check this out. There's one of our apples. That made it a long way. I don't know if the deer did that or something else did it. We may have possums or raccoons or something in here too. Hopefully we'll be able to get some footage of them if we do. So here we go. Got our camera set up. Got our peanut butter feeder right there. And it should be viewing our pit right there where we put all the feed and everything out at. The other trail camera is over there. Alright, I got the camera set up now. So now I gotta try to sneak out of the woods without getting a million pictures of myself taken. It should be taking video. So there's something I saw on my way in that I wanted to show you guys. Check this out. Look at these. That is blackberries. They're just now starting to get ripe. There's more of them hiding up here. Oh wow, we got a bunch of them over here. Look at that, guys. Even all the way over here. We got a ton of blackberries this year. That vine goes all the way up there. That's crazy. So while we're out here, let's go peeking around to see how many bushes we can find. Okay, right behind me is another gigantic blackberry patch. Look at all of them. This is crazy. Look at how tall that is in comparison to me. That's like 8 feet tall. I mean, my goodness. It'd be nice if these lasted until hunting season, but they'll all be gone by then. And this just keeps on going all through there. More down here. Alright, so we've showed the blackberries, but how about this? This is a black cherry tree. You see, this one doesn't have very many cherries left on it. This is one of the last trees that actually has any fruit at all left on the property. Yet again, this is a wild tree. The birds get to these really fast. So it's like as soon as they're good to eat, they just pick them right off. If you ever taste one, they're really bitter, but they have an aftertaste. Just like the store-bought black cherries. We've got a bunch of these black cherry trees on the property here. Now the wood from the black cherry tree is also really cool to work with. It's got a beautiful grain. It's a really, really dense hardwood. So if you're gonna make like knife handles or something like that, it's a great wood to use. But there it is. The black cherry tree. Alright, so we've seen the blackberry, we've seen the black cherry. Now guess what this is? This is the black walnut tree. If we look around hard enough, it may have some black walnuts growing. Right here's one. Now the hulls from the black walnut are really good to make a dye out of. You can use it as a trap dye, clothing dye. Oh, here's some more. There's another black walnut. And yeah, there's another one here. Oh, there's one right there too. So they're just now starting to grow. In addition to that, you can eat black walnuts. Deer don't eat them. Squirrels do. Here's a much larger black walnut tree there. It's a good tree to have around. Alright, so we got a theme going. We got the blackberries, we got the black cherries, we got the black walnuts. So guess what this is? This is a black locust. See, it's got these kind of pale green leaves. They grow in rows, as you can see. And if you look on the wood here, it's got these real sharp thorns, similar to the honey locust. But the honey locust actually has longer thorns, and they're in a little bit different pattern. It's got some big thorns on it there. Might be able to see them a little bit better on that one. Now, the black locust is a pretty cool tree. If you're into making bows and arrows, you can make bows out of the black locust. But there it is, guys. The black locust. Alright, I think we've got time for one more in keeping with this theme. So we've had the blackberry, the black cherry, the black walnut, the black locust, and here we have the black willow, also known as the swamp willow. Here you can see some of the leaves. This is a pretty big example of the black willow tree. Usually they don't grow this tall, but you're going to find these in bottoms around streams, any place that holds a lot of water. It's a very useful tree. Now, the inner layer of the bark you can use medicinally, the same as any other willow tree. It's good for aches and pains. If you got a headache or something like that, you can use the inner part of the bark in, say, a tea, or you can chew it up. It tastes just like aspirin. And it used to be one of the ingredients that they made aspirin with. Also, if you want to make a bow drill fire, the willow is one of the best woods to use for that. So there you go. Our little home in the Black Forest here. The black willow. Hey guys, welcome back. It is July 7th, so our trail cameras have been out for about a week now. I'm going to go ahead and pull the SD cards and see what we got. There's one. Let's get the other one. Look at that. Our peanut butter is completely gone. And we got some fresh tracks in here. Not too many, but hopefully we got some footage. Here's our other trail camera taking pictures of me. Alright, there's the other one. And so there's not a whole lot of activity as far as I can see from tracks, but you know, hey, maybe something came up there and didn't leave very many tracks. Now, I originally came out here today, I was going to try some shooting, do a little bit of a shooting video. I got some new stuff to try out, but it ended up being so windy out here and so hot, it's just not going to happen. The heat index today is about 109. So, anyways, let's see if we got any footage of some deer or whatever else has been hitting up our set here. Okay, I got some good news and I got some bad news. I reviewed the footage, and the good news is that both of the cameras actually got footage of deer. In fact, we got 2 deer coming to this area. We have a mature doe and we have a very young buck. The bad news is that our newer camera is positioned a little bit wrong. It actually did not take any footage of anything coming up to the peanut butter feeder. The feeder is actually just a little bit out of frame. And also the old camera got some footage of this doe, and I'm going to warn you guys before I show it to you, it may be a little bit unsettling to watch for some people. You see, this doe is actually missing a front leg. That's nature. You know, nature can be brutal sometimes, but that's just the way that it is. So here's that footage. Alright, so now after reviewing that, I actually think that I saw that deer towards the end of last deer season, but it was low light conditions and I couldn't be sure. But I really thought that I saw a deer that only had 3 legs. So after seeing this, I'm 99% sure that that was the same deer. So we can't feel too bad for the deer because she's still been making it around this long. Now, just judging by the way that she's proportioned, I would guess that she's at least 2 years old. Now on to the second footage that we got from the new camera. This is actually going to be some nighttime footage of a young buck. Okay, so as you can see, he looks like a spike, but he's got a lot of potential. By all appearances right now, it looks like he's going to be safe this year. I think that I'm going to let him grow as much as I can. He's still got some more time to develop those antlers. They're going to keep on growing until probably the end of August. So there's no telling. He could be maybe a 4-point, maybe even a 6-point by the time the season gets around, but chances are he's just going to be a more developed spike by the time deer season actually gets here. But anyways, that is the footage that we got. Now I'm going to put the SD cards back in the cameras. I'm going to leave the old camera back out in its original spot. I'm going to take the new camera, since it's doing so good with the night pictures and everything, and I'm going to move that to a different location to see if we can't get any more diversity and see a little bit more of the deer herd. So stay tuned. Alright, should be ready to go. As you can see, it's looking over this area here, just kind of halfway open. This is actually really close to the spot where I got that 9-point buck last year with my recurve. And also that's the same spot that I saw the big buck at 5 yards during muzzleloader season. So there's a lot more diversity out here in this area. And hopefully we get to see some of that on the camera. Alright, so in deer prep videos past, we've talked about gear, we've talked about scouting new locations, but one thing that we haven't talked about is probably the most important thing of all, and that's yourself as a hunter. What kind of hunter are you? Now, that could mean a lot of things, but what I'm talking about here is fitness. Now, fitness is important to everybody, and it's a topic that's not really talked about all that much with deer hunting. Probably because the popular image of the modern deer hunter is one of kind of a slovenly, lazy old man. And all I can say to that is, they must not hunt the way that I do. The way that I go about it, you know, I backpack into areas, I pack everything back out. If you're not physically fit, it can be downright dangerous. So what I've done in an effort to make myself a better person, and kind of indirectly a better hunter, is I've started going to the gym. Now, this isn't an effort to become a bodybuilder. You don't have to do that, you know, in order to be an effective hunter. All you got to do is stay fit, and that's actually pretty easy to do. All it takes is a little bit of effort on your part. So I'm gonna hit up the gym and see if we can have a pretty good experience out there. This time we're gonna be working on these guns. I know what you're thinking. Must be concealed weapons, huh? Oh well. Hey, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I'm here at the gym. I'm going to be doing some working out, pumping some iron, doing some other exercises too. You know, everybody's worried about that summer body. I'm worried about that autumn and winter body. I'm also training for some pretty serious hikes. So, alright, I got to get my workout on. Stay tuned. Alright, well, that was a pretty good workout. Did some of the machines, lifted some weights, did some other stuff, jogged a mile in about 14 minutes, which is a really good time for me. So, been in here about an hour now, so I think I'm going to cool down and do some stretches and hit the showers. It was a good day. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, otherwise it's just going to get way too long. But it's been a good one. We got the trail cameras back out, both of them are working. They're in two different areas. We should get some diverse wildlife on them now. We're taking on a couple new skills. There was some more stuff that I wanted to show in this video, but it's going to have to wait until the next video because the weather just was not permitting. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, thumbs up.